Well, hello YouTube. It is Mike from the Hardcover Comic, and before me I've got one of my most anticipated books of the year. It's finally here, guys. Preacher Volume 2, Absolute Preacher Volume 2. I know this has been out, I think, for like a couple of weeks now, but since I buy everything from Amazon, they release things later than everywhere else. So it's taken me a while to get to this, but let's look into it. This is obviously the slipcase. For those of you that don't own the book, it is enormous. Oh my god, it's so heavy. Take a look at the spine. It's pretty much the same as the first one. It's got a little bit of a different color scheme. Really well designed, just gorgeous book. Take a look at the pricing for it, which is pretty ridiculous. For cover price, 150 US, 195 Canadian. Yeah, it's it's a very expensive book, to say the least. Very expensive book. But I mean, it's you can tell they invested a lot of money into it, and the way it looks is just phenomenal. So it's in this. Again, I never know this stuff if it's actual leather bound. Probably not. It's like this faux leather. Um, Same design again as the first one. Looks really classy. The spine is the same as well. It just looks incredible. Like, oh god, it's like a comic book Bible. Um, but yeah, so I don't want to give away too much of the story. We'll go through, the typical stuff. Table of contents, first few pages. So of course, Garth Ennis, Steve Dillon. You got a bunch of other artists that did. I assume um, the one shots in here and whatnot. A lot of great names. So we got the table of contents. Pause this as you will. But yeah, I'm very excited for this book. I can't wait for the third one to wrap it all up. They are pretty expensive, but I think at the end of the day, um, it's Preacher, and if there's any book on this planet that deserves going all out for it, it's Preacher, and just getting the absolutes, paying it's a premium price. You are paying a lot for it, but my God, it's such a tremendous read. It's got amazing artwork, you know, that looks fantastic on these huge pages. Hopefully, I don't go give away too many spoilers here. But yeah, it's really well done. It's the best book you'll have on your shelf as well. I mean, it's pretty much flawless. You look at the binding here, which is as it was with the first one, just spectacular. Um, really well done. I mean, Vertigo DC is doing incredible things with the Preacher books, and hopefully we see a third Transmetropolitan book. It'd be nice to get, and I'm just what it begs the question. As soon as when Volume 3 of Preacher, Absolute Preacher, comes out, next question on the mind is, well, what series will they be starting next? And we've got like Wildcats and Absolute Authority coming up, but hopefully Alan Moore's Swamp Thing will get the absolute treatment. I would love that completely. But anyway, I'm sort of going off on a rant on a sort of absolute comics wish list here. It's like you got some volume artwork, volume covers and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, it's all Glenn Fabry, and he is just amazing. His artwork is incredible and just gorgeous to look at. So yeah, anyway, Absolute Preacher Volume 2. For those of you that have the first one and were, sort of wondering about this one, yeah, it doesn't have as many of the, as many issues in the main series as the first volume did. But nonetheless, I think it's worth getting. It's all Garth Ennis, so it's going to be amazingly written. And it just looks so good. It just looks so good. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully, if you're on the fence about this and sort of contemplating if you should continue going with the Absolute Preachers just because they are expensive, I think it's worth dipping into, the yearly comic budget to get this, especially if you can get it on in-stock trades. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Mike from the Hardcover Comic, Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a like, comment. We'd love answering any comments that people leave. And yeah, until next time, you stay classy, internet.